What if reading a book is never just about knowledge, but about power, class, and identity? The culture of reading has always signaled more than curiosity. In ancient civilizations like Mesopotamia and Egypt, literacy was limited to elites, scribes, priests, rulers. To read was to belong to power. In the Islamic Golden Age, literacy expanded through institutions like libraries and madrasas, where reading became both a spiritual and intellectual duty. Knowledge was not just status, it was ibadah, an act of worship. In Europe, the printing press transformed reading into a social force. As Max Weber noted, literacy became tied to discipline, self-improvement, and economic advancement. Reading was no longer elite, it became a pathway to mobility. Today, sociologists show that reading still shapes class. Pierre Bourdieu called this cultural capital, the idea that habits like reading signal education, taste, and status. Children raised around books don't just gain knowledge, they inherit advantage. Annette Lareau expands this through concerted cultivation. Middle-class families actively develop skills like reading, giving children confidence and institutional success. Meanwhile, others may not lack ability, but lack access to these cultural tools. But reading is not neutral. Syed Hussein Alatas warned of the captive mind, where what we read shapes how we think, often reinforcing dominant worldviews. Similarly, Abdelwahab Elmessiri argued that texts carry hidden philosophies. Not every book elevates, some reduce meaning, shaping readers into passive consumers. Ali Shariati saw reading as a tool of awakening, but only when it builds consciousness, not imitation. The danger is not illiteracy, but uncritical reading. So what happens when a child learns to read early? They gain vocabulary, yes, but also confidence, imagination, and access to systems of power. Schools reward readers. Economies reward communicators. Over time, this compounds into opportunity, mobility, and influence. But there is caution. What they read matters as much as reading itself. Books shape values, identity, even worldview. Choosing authors becomes a moral and intellectual responsibility. So when you pick up a book or hand one to your child, ask, what world is this book building? What kind of person is it shaping? Because reading is never just a habit. It is a quiet force that can reproduce inequality or transform it. If this changed how you see books and knowledge, subscribe to the channel. We break down powerful ideas so you don't just read the world, you understand it.